Twitter world, how are you? My name is Pete. People call me Coach Pete, and I am learning to share into the world of Twitter. A friend of mine came over the other day, Matt Whitney, and he shared with me Gary Vee. I got inspired. So now I get the opportunity to share. So here's my share. So all of us, human beings, are programmed to operate. What's going on is that programming is dictating the quality of our lives. And what human beings do to make sure that we don't get confronted, right, is create all sorts of mechanisms that make it so that we don't get the opportunity to feel or share in a way that we're impacted, that makes us look bad, for example. So what I've done is I've created a training curriculum that introduces people to the idea that they're programmed and how that programming goes about creating their lives, their reality. So if we're talking about relationships or if we're talking about work, it's the same conversation. Out of taking responsibility for the way my programming operates, I get to be more effective. It's that simple. So in a relationship, what we do is we commonly say it's their fault. They need to change. And we create ways to put it over there. And every time we put it over there, we notice it, right? We're not being confronted. So what are all the ways in which we put it over there? Well, it's your fault. You didn't do it. You said you were going to do it. You didn't do it. Or I'm a helper. I'm going to help you, and I'm going to help you look at all these things that are going on, and that way no one is confronting me. You're the savior, or you're controlling, and you get loud and you get mean and people are scared by you. And then you don't get confronted, whatever it might be, right? So these are mechanisms, these are ways in which we go through our lives making it so that we never get confronted. What I'm noticing out of my business coaching is that folks are unable to utilize a breakdown or, problem as a way to increase performance. Here's an interesting example. I was on a call the other day with the CEO and the sales manager, and the sales manager was pissed. And I think he had the right to be pissed. And they're both good guys. Let me throw it out there. And what he was pissed about was that the CEO isn't communicating with him. So he's operating inside his structure, and he's not getting communication down from the CEO so he can be effective. And then the CEO is interjecting, and the interjections are sabotaging his capacity to perform. So he's sharing his upset, and I think he did a great job, and the CEO was able to see that he wasn't communicating. So that was great. So you could say that was a great communication in that the problem was resolved. It's not. And the reason why it's not is because there was no opportunity for development or training. So for example, I interjected and I inquired and I asked our sales manager, how long have you had this complaint for? He said, well, over the last month. I said, so over the last month you've had the complaint and you haven't shared it. Any insight with that? And he said, well, I see that I didn't communicate. I said, so what I want you to notice is the complaint you have is about you. You are avoiding communication. Then we got the opportunity to look at how he avoids communication and then uses his insights as a vehicle to create more power and control. And it was a great opportunity for our CEO to see that he's missing training possibilities, right? And it was a great opportunity for our sales manager to see that he has more power in the relationship than he realizes. So to sum it up, to do it again, we're all programmed. And as we begin to distinguish the ways in which the programming runs our lives, we get to be more effective. We get to take our lives in directions that we've perhaps been unable to take our lives because we can't distinguish, we can't see the way I'm making it be that way. You see? Do you get it? So what I'm going to do throughout my share on Twitter is I'm going to continue to look at ways to support you at distinguishing your programming and how it operates, either in your life, personal life, and or in your professional life. Speak to you soon. If you have any questions, or if you're a graduate and you'd like to share the successes that you've created out of participating in our training system, please do that. Speak to you soon. Thanks, guys.